everyone and welcome to Captain's videoweblog. We are Thursday, May the 26th, 2016, and yeah, this is pretty much another episode of haha, man, I'm doing really bad decisions and nothing you can do can stop me. Why, you ask? Because it's Friday morning, it's almost noon, which is, objectively better than yesterday, but also kinda in the same, in the same vein, because, well, I really don't know why I did what I did yesterday, which is, it was around 5 a.m., something like that, and I decided that why not? I would wait until the end of, I think it was the Warriors versus Thunder to make the video blog, except that I knew at the bottom of everything, inside, I knew that I wouldn't be able to hold on, especially whilst being, laid out on the couch. So what needed to happen happened, and I fell asleep. And next thing you know, I wake up and it's 10 a.m. At least it helps the dogs behave, but if I had to choose, I'd rather have both, having the dogs not go full rampage all around the house and still being able to sleep in my bed. But I'm not sure that I can really have both. So yeah, I'm just gonna take my breakfast and go back to my bed. I'm gonna write a mail to my professor who sent me a mail on Tuesday, yeah. So it's been 3 days. When I explained to him the situation, he's telling me, yeah, it doesn't sound like they want you in an internship. I'm gonna say, yeah, that's what I also thought, but turns out I got some, the word on the street is that they really want this internship. The only problem is what they have to pay me. But isn't it always the problem? Yeah. The worst thing about it was that I could have done it. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I was waiting for something else. Weren't. I think that my sister was up actually when I was waiting for the basketball match to end. That's probably one of the reasons why I also didn't film when I had the occasion, basically, because there was no way that the Thunder could catch up to the Warriors, and when I checked Google, it showed the match ended with 120 to 111 for the Thunders, the Warriors. So the funny thing is, yeah, I had pretty much everything to do, some content. Oh, I think that I now understand why the trees, well, the little trees my father planted the other day aren't gonna grow. God damn it. It's cool that our dog has finally learned to go pee at the other end of the other end of the garden, but that's not gonna help in that precise case. So yeah, I had everything that I needed. I had some content on this day in the history because on Thursday, the day that's supposed to be, was the 23rd anniversary of Marseille's victory in the Champions League, against the AC Milan, Milan, I don't know, Milano, you know, in Munich in 1993, um, and that's still pretty much our only source of pride, because we've been tied by Paris for the number of cup wins. When it comes to championships, it's not gonna hold on for much longer, but that's really cool. Paris probably not gonna win the Champions League anytime soon. Hell, if I wanted to be a little bit, a little bit of a cunt, really, I would say that Marseille have more chances to win a second Champions League than Paris have to win their first, pretty much. No, there are always, the same arguments every time. Yeah, you bought your cup. The great teams weren't there, which is pretty dumb because there was Milan, there was Leeds that wasn't a shit team at the time. They were fresh off a title in the Premier League, because at the time, the Champions League, to qualify into the Champions League meant that you needed to be the champions in your home championship. So to say that the best teams weren't there, what the fuck? Now to say that the cup was bought, certainly some matches have been bought by Marseille, by any team really. It's the 90s. Milan's boss is fucking Silvio Berlusconi. He's probably the only guy who wouldn't be bought off in a final, So I'm, at least for the final, pretty legit. But yeah, let the haters hate. We're still the first, and that's something that you cannot take away. Lyon, the women's team, just won their third Champions League, which is pretty impressive. They are literally the best team in France, like 14 leagues, with an impressive run of 10 consecutive league wins in the last 10 years. And before that, they were champion like 1 year out of 2 until 1998, which after that they didn't win for 9 years, which is pretty strange. But yeah. What else? They won at the penalties, because they were leading 1-0 from the very start, pretty much, and then they got tied up at the very end of the match, and then the penalty started, and it was a catastrophe. Like, they missed their first shot, and it looked like the Wolfsburg players wouldn't be able to miss one of those till the young goalkeeper decided that she would stop the whole thing, and did indeed stop the last 2 penalties, which is pretty impressive by itself. Then there was Smackdown, which I found to be kind of boring, at least the first hour. Like, I don't remember a lot of stuff. I remember the first segment being great, like Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, and a couple of other guys. Pretty much the whole Intercontinental Championship title picture of the last few months is really solid, and given the right booking, they could, and I mean this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, they could probably support the weight of the WWE by themselves without a big star like Roman Reigns, probably with a big star like Seth Rollins. Like, I think that if there's a new era, I don't know. These guys should be the faces of the WWE. Like, some people would call them vanilla midgets, but look at the current, the current paradigm. WWE is organizing the cruiserweight classic this summer. It tells you just how much they want to rely on those vanilla midgets. And the fact that one of the last champions, the last tag team champions in NXT, their motto was "No flips, just kicks." Yeah, shows how much the fans look at wrestling for the technicality and the spots. Yeah. So then there was, the match between Zack Ryder and Alberto Del Rio. Alberto Del Rio won and is qualified for the Money in the Bank. Alright. Then there was a couple of other matches, like there was a tag team match between Golden Truth and Breezango, I think. Yeah. And Fandango and Tyler Breeze won, which is good for them, like they are still pretty much glorified jobbers, but it's still cool to see them win. It's not something that happens very often. And yeah, but it's kind of sad that there's this storyline between R-Truth and Goldust that's been built for 5 months, I think, like the better part of the last the last WrestleMania season. One of the main arcs was his R-Truth going to tag with Goldust, and I mean there are rivalries that have been built way faster than this one tag team, and once it's formed, they go on with 2 straight defeats at the end of the people who were pretty much their sidekicks when they were on opposite sides. Doesn't make sense. Then the second hour it seemed faster. Like, before I realized what was happening, there was the Intercontinental Championship match, which once again shows how much of a good heel Miz Win is. But really, as much as I wasn't expecting a title change on SmackDown, god damn it, I hoped that it would happen. I'm talking about SmackDown. The big announcement, fucking brand split, the draft. This is the brand extension all over again, and I mean it could be very well done. As much as it could be totally missed opportunities. Yeah. I've been a little bit startled because my dog yells because there's literally 5 people looking at their car outside. Yeah. So yeah, it could be a really good thing as much as it could be a missed opportunity, but still, it's going to be 5 hours, 2 days in a row of live wrestling, starting July 19th. Buckle up. But that's it could be great. Like, the roster is definitely stacked enough to support that. And it would only help the guys who don't have that much airtime, I think, to have 2 separate rosters. Just hope they don't break up teams or something like dumb like that they did in 2002. But you can't really expect anything. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm gonna scold my dog because he's being a little bit pissy. and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.